السيارات لدينا، فاليوم ريس أند ويلز على عجلتين، حلقة خاصة بالدراجات النارية وليس أي دراجات، منها ذات تصاميم فضائية ومنها مصنوعة بالكامل يدوياً ومنها بمحركات معدلة وأخرى تعمل على الكهرباء وبأداء عال. Gentlemen, start your engines. This is one of a kind bike، الوحيدة في العالم لأنها صنعت يدوياً على الطلب، وهذه فرصتي لتجربتها.
I'm going to have to give you a rate check of that ride because the weather is beautiful and I'm going for a ride with my brother over here. Okay. So next time...
Tell me more about your toy, or maybe you can call it your baby, your little baby.
Yeah, this was our last year's model that we released and took it around the shows in the US and in Europe. It was probably one of the most photographed and published bikes for 2009 and 2010. The bike was retired after winning the Ratshol show in Sturgis, which is the biggest bike show and oldest bike show in the world. We retired, which we did, and it's on tour right now in Germany. The motorcycle was all created in my head. Before I start any project, I think of what I need to do in my head, and I pretty much finish the project in my head. For example, most of the times I start off with the engine. The engine for me is the most important thing and the main heart of a motorcycle. So I create it in my head, I decide what I need to do, and from there I move on. The motor is based on a Harley-Davidson Shovelhead, but of course it's all built by myself. It's completely modified. It's 1,825 cc's, or approximately 93 cubic inches. I decided to go for an old school theme. This is more my style. This is more of the direction which I see the industry moving to. And you know, winning all the shows around different places in the world, I can see the trend moving on, you know, to a certain way. I used a lot of brass, as you can see, a lot of copper.
I see lots of buttons on the bike.
Correct.
Is it really complicated or what?
It's, you know, again, it's my idea of an old school nautical theme. You know, we have a porthole here with a glass. I have used the wing nuts like a big gas tank or a vessel. So it's like a nostalgic kind of feel that I'm trying to bring back into a modern day, you know, while having a motorcycle that you can ride in the street.
Anyone can ride it, or it's really complicated?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this specific bike I did with a hand shifter and a foot clutch, what they call a suicide shifter, so you need to have a little bit more experience. I wouldn't advise it for a novice, but apart from that, the motorcycle rides just like a regular motorcycle. I mean, I had it in the mountains, in the Alps, I've had it everywhere in the world. So yeah, it's just a regular motorcycle, sure.
What makes it so special?
It's difficult for me to answer that question because it's something that I created, but it's basically the whole design put together. It's the whole creation together as a whole. When you stand far away, the crowd should go, oh, wow, what is that? Let me get close to it, let me have a look. And then they start to see the little details around the motorcycle, you know, and the ones that know even more, they get into deeper details. So, you know, the special thing behind it, I think, is just the stance, the look, the combination of parts. When you push the envelope and do a custom bike that's completely different to anything else, people would either accept it or get petrified and run away. So, you know, achieving that is a very difficult thing, you know, getting one step ahead without going too far away.
How much did it cost you to build this bike?
I really don't want to add up the bills because I think I'm going to get a heart attack. I'll keep it at that.
No, approximately.
It probably, you know, we build anything from, you know, 100,000 dirhams, about $23,000 to $27,000. A show-winning bike like this will probably, you know, start around $80,000 to $100,000. You know, and then it depends on how much, you know, unique and individual parts you put into it. A bike like this has pretty much everything hand fabricated. The engine, the frame is our frame, the wheels are one-off. So every time you introduce a new part and a completely unique part, there's more time, more labor intensity, and you know the expense is tied behind it, no doubt.
Tell me a little bit about the accessories. I mean, you cannot ride this bike without having all the accessories you need to feel it.
My love and my direction in the industry is the old school retro kind of hot rod look, you know, and you can see that with the old tooled leather seats, the pinstriping on the tank, the brass and all that stuff that we spoke about earlier on. Well, behind that comes the culture, you know, the tattoo culture, the culture of the long hair, the work shirts that have been developed, you know, over the years for people to work in workshops, and now people wear them as a fashion statement. You know, the turned-up jeans or the cargo pants that people wear, the thick boots, the slick-back hair. You know, there's a whole environment that comes behind it, both for men and women, and it's a tattoo type of retro culture. Anyone that, you know, knows what I'm talking about will understand exactly.
Tell me the feeling while driving the bike.
There's the best feeling in the world. It's the best feeling in the world. You cannot replicate it until you go on the bike. When you spend so many hours of love building this bike, you know, and dedication, going out on the road and feeling the thing breathe and live, come alive, drive it from show to show, get prizes, and at the end of it, walk away with your trophy on your lap, on the motorcycle running, that's the greatest feeling in the world. This is my idea of how I think the industry is moving forwards. This is my direction of the industry. This is my contribution towards the industry.
وإلى أسلوب مختلف لتعديل الدراجات النارية مع كاستم بايكس، ولكن بعد البريك. أن يدلل دراجته النارية وأن لا يبخل عليها بالقطع والإكسسوارات المميزة، أنا في المكان المناسب. Garage Custom Bikes. Hi Hiran.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
Good?
Good.
Tell me more about your company. What do you do exactly, and what kind of services do you provide to the customer?
We are specialized for Harley-Davidson motorcycles customizing, and we do repairing, all kind of servicing.